Hey, everybody. So I went into this movie with kind of a jaundiced eye. I thought Toy Story 3 was good. It was really good. Better than I expected it to be. And I also thought it was a natural ending point. I could not fathom for the life of me why they decided to do a Toy Story 4 other than more money. So I went into this not expecting much. And I was surprised. Again, I will stay spoiler free, but they did. They found a new way to continue this story. I hope this is the end because this is a great ending for the franchise. There's no guarantee it's the end, but it needs to be. It hit some very good new emotional notes. Of particular interest to me was near the very end. And again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but a decision is made by a character. It's a pivotal decision. There were two little girls in the theater behind me who were crying at this scene, and the adults, including myself, were a bit misty eyed at this scene. But what was interesting to me is the little girls were crying because of the way the decision was made. They were crying that the character didn't pick this path. And the adults were misty eyed in a happy way because the character did pick this path. So it was interesting to see how this story affects people at different ages. Different ages got a different story out of this, which I've always said the key to a good children's story or a children's movie is that you've got to layer it. Yes, it has to be appealing to kids. There's got to be, bright lights and colors and sounds, and it also has to be fun with hints of danger, right? It has to appeal to kids. But if you want it to genuinely be a good kids movie, it has to have a layer on top for the adults to enjoy that doesn't diminish the fun the kids have. And I point to Who Framed Roger Rabbit for this a lot because when I saw it as a kid, I loved it. I thought it was funny. Roger was goofy. Judge Doom was scary. But at no point did I really understand Eddie Valiant had a drinking problem or the baby's sex obsession. Like, I got hints of it, but it didn't really impact me, right? I focused on the stuff that was targeted at me, and then you watch it again as an adult, and it's kind of a different movie. So, Toy Story 4, I feel like accomplished this to some degree, not to the degree that Who Framed Roger Rabbit did it. This, but I would argue that it's not just targeted at kids. I feel like this movie was designed to be targeted at the people who grew up watching the Toy Story series. And I'd like that. I like that they are keeping in mind that their core audience has grown older. And so the characters do too. So it's very enjoyable. If you liked any of the previous Toy Stories, really give it a chance. I do want to point out one neat thing. So, the actor who played Mr. Potato Head, Don Rickles, passed away before this movie was filmed. He did not record any lines of dialogue for it. But I like that instead of recasting the role, he doesn't have a huge role in this movie, but he is in the background and he has a couple lines of dialogue that they pulled from other sources. So it's still Don Rickles as Mr. Potato Head. And I'm touched by that level of commitment to a person's legacy. I like that. I infinitely preferred it to letting him have a lot of dialogue and just having a voice actor do a Don Rickles impersonation. Like, no, give him... I think he has like 3 lines, and one of them is in a group chat. So, like, you have to be listening for it. But I like that they went ahead and let Don Rickles have one more movie credit after he died. I think that was a sweet touch. I hope this is the last Toy Story. But to be fair, I hoped Toy Story 3 was the last Toy Story. So, what do I know? See you guys next time.